What do you think of my constitutional draft, Commander? Is it not a pinnacle of progress? No longer will we have just the formal list of 6. No. All of the civilized races will be deemed equal before every court and institution in the realm. It will be a great stride forward along the long road of perfecting our society. And I'm certain already it has the dragon's backing.
Folly has taken hold of Prospera, Commander. Senselessness instilled by an overtly prolonged exposure to the vulgar vagaries of lesser counselors. Words like peace, stability, respect, cooperation are being flounced about as if they really mean anything beyond these walls, as if they are anything more than philosophical placebos intended to make politicians feel important. The daft woman wants to draft a unifying constitution that actually says, we hold this truth to be self-evident, that all the races are created equal. Equal? She must be more demented than a vegetarian cannibal. Now, I may drink with a dwarf from time to time, if there be no other company. I may parley with an imp, if it's technobabble I'm after. But to call these beings my equals is a sea-spanning bridge too far. And I'd like you to stop Prospera's proposal dead in its tracks. If that is how it must be, reality will have to be the instrument that shall shatter the dreams of fiction. For a work of fiction, this Constitution is, Commander. Dead letter among a dead litter of all the races, each with the other's knives in their backs, now and forever.
I wonder why Prospera would suggest such a radical reform of law, Commander. Why she would want it in writing that all of us are each other's equals. It's not a bad idea per se, but I wonder if she hasn't some ulterior motive. Remember that these lizards are all more slippery than an eel in a barrel of snot.
Under my rule, you'd be... The end is nigh, Commander. The final push is at hand, so give the bastards a shove and they'll topple like a house of cards.
Our victory was so complete, I can taste it. You did well. You know the answer to that question.
What are my colleagues in such an uproar for? Surely they must realize that with equality comes responsibility. Is a tax increase to put them on a par with lizards and dwarves really such a steep price to pay for the position my constitution lifts them up to? Short-sighted creatures, the lot of them.
Commander, we all know that if an employer wants to fire an employee, he or she is given 3 weeks' notice. That is only reasonable. But Trinculo tells me the imps want to change this to 3 minutes' notice. Please tell him such an unfair change of procedure will not be tolerated.
I must agree with Oberon, Commander. 3 weeks is the least one must give a dishonored soul to repent afore the Seven so he can renew his life of servitude with an unburdened spirit.
It shouldn't take directors and supervisors 3 weeks to separate the wheat from the chaff, Commander. I vote Trinculo.
The worker is as responsible for the quality of his work as his superior is for the providing of wages and proper working conditions. If he doesn't live up to the bargain, then yes, one should be able to fire him on the spot.
Why is that ruddy elf interfering with impish ideas? If an ox doesn't pull its weight, do you wait 3 weeks to call for the knackers? No, you do it right away within 3 blasted minutes.
A grave injustice has been averted, Commander. Perhaps you may want to tell Trinculo he'll be the one exception to the rule, though, and that he has 3 minutes to evacuate ship. See how he likes it.
Blessed is the man who lights the dark in prayer and emerges from tenebrous valleys cleansed of sin and sorrow. Well chosen, Commander.
Workers are there to work, and toddlers there to be pampered, not the other way round. Giving the pros 3 weeks' notice is giving them 3 weeks' license to lay about and do nothing. You'd sing a different tune if you were a captain of industry, Commander.
Too bad. Responsibility breeds industry, Commander. Take it away and idleness is bred instead.
Bah! Twaddle! Not that it really matters. Most workers don't last 3 minutes in our munitions factories anyway, let alone 3 weeks. That's why we proposed it in the first place.
Oh, my prophetic soul, Commander. Let them sign 1,000 declarations of unity and equality. Each one of them rips open new wounds and makes old ones bleed. No sooner was Prospera's draft turned into law that the true ramifications of her constitution became clear, and all those base-born councillors fought like starved hyenas for a hunk of meat. Delightful to look upon. Truly heartwarming. To be proven right, it has long been a given to me, but never do I quite tire of it. Such is the satisfaction of superiority, Commander. I hope you enjoy it too, once in a while, when the stars are right.
Dear me, I haven't slept a wink, Commander. What a ruckus these councillors were making all through the night. Roaring dwarfs, squeaking imps. 'Twas like an orcish sing-along ceremony in there. Why is it that talk of morality always ends up in mayhem? Ethics in bedlam. Let them decide the color of curtains in town halls or what type of pie should be served during what festival. Takes them just as long, but doesn't get them quite so riled up.
I'd like to nail Prospera's split tongue to a rocket and set it aimed for a bent-over bog giant. Sign, she said. You'll be respected like dwarves, she said. Well, now we have to pay like dwarves too, and that certainly doesn't make me feel special. Equality? Pish posh. An imp's better than a lizard anyway, and always has been.
What a glorious battle you fought, Commander! Let's drink to your success! We're pretty much wrapping things up, aren't we? Not much fight left in our opponents. They know they're done for, and they know we know it too.
Gods have mercy on Ophelia's soul, Commander, for I have not. Gone is her skeletal grace. Swept aside is the pure beauty of the bone. Even riddled with disease, her osseous presence was more inspiring than the meat-made one she now portrays. Accursed be thy coupling.
My world and stars. Approach. Approach and behold my beauty. See how the directions of desire took hold, and with wondrous words of wizardry were realized. A bride of bone no longer. I stand before you a lady, luscious and lovely, warm and welcoming, awaiting your caress. Icarus has left for his far-off home, laden with the gold of generations. Yet despite the rapture that riches should bring, tears stained his eyes as he looked upon his creation and realized he'd spent it all. And more, if it would have brought him a single kiss. No, I whispered. I belong to the dragon only. And what of my kin? Alas, they do not understand. Yorick brands me a traitor even, but I care not. In seeking salvation, how have I cheated the Seven? How have I deceived the gods? If that is truly how they feel, they are not worthy of my worship. Let the flame of divinity that sparks only when we are alone light the fire of our love. What need have we for gods or men? We, my life and death, we have each other. How I cherish these stolen moments we are together, away from politics and war. When I rest my head upon your chest, it seems silence finally holds sway upon this racket-ridden ship. And the only melody that dares intrude upon my soul is that of your heartbeat, constant as our love.
Naught but a skirmish we fought today. Let's just say I've already been browsing for the
I'm the last to deny the change that has befallen Lady Ophelia is nothing short of miraculous, Commander. But by every ruby in the rocks, at what a price! Perhaps I too would have gone to such lengths would it remedy waking next to a living skeleton. But still it makes my head swim more dizzily than 3 pints of liver-lasher lager.
Stand in the path of a dragon knight and you'll be obliterated. Once more, this has been spectacularly proven. You know as well as I do the end is in sight. Just a few more victories and we're there. Just don't dilly-dally, all right?
Bloody good show, Commander. We kicked butt today, and firmly too. Victory is in the air, Commander. I can smell it. A strong, pervading scent. Spiced and mouth-watering, like a leg of lamb roasting over a low, hot fire.
Let Corvus do his worst, Commander. The dragon will beat him in the end.
I hope you don't mind, Commander, but I've requested that a few of your generals should undo the havoc that is being caused by a group of lizard rebels. These misguided souls have taken to the teachings of a cult that worships the so-called One God, and they're causing no end of unrest where they dwell. I'm sure Henry and Edmund are the proper officers for the job, wouldn't you agree? They'll need to be diplomatic, though, if they seek to succeed.
Oh, my light and love. All the world is color. My poor, poor brethren. Alive in death alive. Their sight is black and white. Therefore their souls are too. But I have seen the universe spread its palette like a peacock proudly parading its plumage. Like a poet's words, they wash clean and clear the windows of mind and heart. Behold beyond, newfound beauty.
A dear old lady, our Prospera, but it saddens me to see senility is taking hold. She actually wants me to work together with that barrel of gin they call a general. It would be almost comical, if it weren't so galling.
Commander, a word in your ear. There seems to be a spot of trouble in one of the provinces. Some lizard rebel running amok. Naught but a trifle that Prospera has requested us to deal with. But she wants me and Bloody Edmund to go together. Yes, he's a lizard too, it stands to reason. But the man's as pleasant as a cactus down your trousers. So if you don't mind, I'll go alone. Practice? I'll be practicing skittles with his balls before the day is out. You know that cold-blooded cretin annoys me to no end. I'll follow your orders, Commander. But we're supposed to quell an uprising, you know, not add fuel to the fire.
Dear old lady, our
This loss has cost us dearly. I advise you exert a bit more caution before deciding to go into battle. Victory is now but a formality, Commander. For all intents and purposes, the battle for Rivellon has been won.
I don't care what they say, Commander. We'd have won that last battle if the others had shown a bit more temperament. You drink up and go in till the day is won, I say. Commander, they say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but clearly dragons do not lag far behind, for apparently they conquer worlds with ease.
What a pair Edmund and Henry make, Commander. Worry no longer. The insidious religion of the one god no longer tempts a single lizard in the realm. They either pay homage to the seven, or have the good sense not to prattle on about gods at all. Picture this, Commander. A lizard wakes in the night upon hearing a noise in another room. He gets up and confronts an imp burglar who eyes him evilly, dagger in hand. Now, with one swift strike of the tail, the lizard decapitates the trespasser upon his territory, only to be charged with murder by the authorities. Have we no right to protect our property? Our families? Even with little violence? Because I think we should.
I concur with Prospera. Breaking and entering another's domicile is like forcing your way into the inner sanctum of temples where only high priests may tread. A crime punishable by death.
The law may seem harsh in this particular instance, Commander, but it merely tries to prevent bloodshed. The imp did not attack, so there can be no claim of self-defense. And the lizard in question could have fled and called for the guards, but instead, he chose to murder a man. Is it not just he should answer for his deed?
I'd keep a double-bladed axe under my pillow for just such an occasion, Commander. That lizard did what he had to do, and should be celebrated instead of sued.
If an imp burgles another's house, and he loses his head in the process, he has only himself to blame. And I'm not saying that just because Prospera is standing nearby with her tail wagging.
Bravo, Commander. I'll see to it the accused is released forthwith and reunited with his loved ones. A great right has been wronged. For now we can say frankly and freely, we dare defend our rights.
What a man builds, earns, and gathers by the fruits of his own labor are his to protect. May the end of those that would take it from him be swift and bloody.
You made the popular choice, Commander. But I reiterate, it is not the right one. Thieves will still stalk the night, but they'll be carrying bigger and more terrifying weapons.
Marvelous. 1 for righteousness. 0 for that blind old bat they call justice. Very well done indeed, Commander.
Fantastic, Commander. Imagine the possibilities. I'll leave a trail of gemstones that no thief worth his salt could resist. And the moment he sets foot in my house, kablam! I can finally test my new shotgun.
I took a stroll in the sun today, my lord and love. Never could I have imagined the wonder that is to feel the light of life, find comfort on one's skin. Such dulcet delight, such subtle sensibility.
Never would I have expected the likes of Henry to wag such a silver tongue. There must be some brain cells left neath that simian cranium of his after all. Holding on for dear life, I expect.
We've returned from our mission, Commander. All's well among the lizards again. No more praise for the one god anymore, but proper prayer for the seven, or whatever floats their boat. I was hoping for at least some resistance, so that I could spill a mite of their cold blood. But there was none to be had. Diplomacy, aka idle chatter, saved the day. Wasn't such a bad thing, looking back on it, that serpent of an Edmund tagged along. Obviously, we were plotting each other's demise from the get-go, but when push came to shove, we both wanted to appear the greater general, forced us to bring our A-game. Long story short, the cultists renounced their evil ways and were accepted back into society. Boring as fig stew. But Prospera's over the moon. She can stay there for all I care.
Nothing as frustrating as conquering land to the west, only to lose territory in the east. And you seem to be familiar with this procedure in any wind direction, Commander. Once more onto the breach, Commander, and the enemy battlements will crumble at last. What are we waiting for?
It's tough to swallow both victory and defeat when both are dealt out in equal portions. But we must partake, mustn't we, Commander? If you're still in doubt of triumph, you're more insecure than I gave you credit for, Commander. The end is in sight. That much is certain.
What a wonder it is to experience the boundless tears of taste, the ceaseless subtleties of sense. A rose's fragrance may uplift one's soul, savor a strawberry, nectar from the earth, and the quintessence of life quakes in gentle vibration. To be, my love, to be.
Under my rule, Let's just end it, Commander, shall we? Victory is in the bag. You just have to hold it up and announce to the world, here, I've got it.
What a splendid victory that was. Your strategic insight almost rivals my own. But of course, when Maxos chooses a champion, the future loses what claim it has under unpredictability. Here is one, he said, who will restore the Empire. Everyone might as well have laid down their arms then and there. Would have spared us no end of trouble. Anyone in specific? She's no...
What a win you scored, Commander. Wish I were a dragon sometimes, to burn and It's only a matter of time now, Commander. Your rule over Revellon is all but absolute. Just like Maxos predicted, the dragon shall prevail.
Combat and carnage! Huzzah! You showed him, Commander. You know the answer to that question as well as I do, Commander.
I hear Trinculo's daughter is about to be married. He's over the moon, which I quite understand. But isn't she, well, very, very young? Seems a bit odd to me. Girls her age should be playing with dolls, not husbands.
Smouldering muskets, Commander. So kind of you to come and congratulate me. My daughter's about to marry quite the catch. Richest imp in the borough and manufacturer of build-it-yourself home cannons. One lucky little lady.
I took a stroll in the sun today, my lord and love. Never...
Another battle lost and won. Let's just say I've already been browsing.
Commander, a matter has arisen that impels me to seek your benevolence. Once more, a young girl is made to suffer at the hands of male overlords. It's these horrid arranged marriages. Long have they been a thorn in my side, and now one of your own counselors, that toad of a Trinculo, is giving away his daughter like she was a pretty piece of furniture to some decrepit old duke because the alliance will benefit him financially. The girl's 12, for 7's sake, and that grey goat she must marry 100 if he's a day. It's detestable. It's vile. But oh, why am I even talking to you? You're just the same. Picked the princess that sat on the biggest pot of gold and moved on. Well, I've had it. That girl stuck in your chamber is beyond saving, but Trinculo's daughter is not. Impede this wedding, Commander, right this instant. But that was different. They were boys. They couldn't wait to get their hands on their bride. Surely... Oh, fine. I admit it. I did the same. But can I not repent? Must that innocent imp maiden suffer because you, I, and every bloody nobleman out there seeks power and wealth? It is a wicked thing we do, Commander. But my hope that you would institute a departure from the old ways proved to be as vain as beauty convinced she will never wither. And what shall you do when you have a daughter, Commander? Will you love and protect her, or merely see potential profit?
Bloody good show, Commander. We kicked butt today, and firmly too. It's only a matter of time now, Commander.
Ah, to be in the thick of battle. It is a certainty now, Commander.
Corvus is still on the loose, Commander. It will take your utmost strength to best him now. Welcome back, Commander. One last time, let me welcome you back aboard the Raven. The Empire has been restored. Peace, briefly dethroned, follows in your wake. What three mighty men once set out to do, you have accomplished single-handedly. In the name of an entire world, in the name of delivered millions, I thank you. Long may our friendship last, and long may last your reign. Your wife and all her wisdom I have sent out to locate the best and most beauteous spot in Rivellon, where we will build your castle. Then, a capital we'll build around your castle, and an empire around that capital. An empire that will stand for 1,000 years. But for your blessed realm to remain standing so long, we must destroy every last bit of demon technology, including this majestical raven. It is a sad thing indeed when such wonders need to be undone, but we cannot trust the nature of man, or any of the others. Soon these machines will be but figments of the imagination, be like snippets of dreams that fade from memory upon waking. We cannot have it any other way. Give the word, dear dragon, and I shall commence to shape the world anew. He has been finally defeated, Commander. So many of his aspects you have destroyed that he is now but a shell, bereft of all powers. When I dismantle the Raven, him I shall banish to the abyss he came from, and with him, the last remaining traces of that vile traitor, the Architect. By all means, Commander. I'm certain they all wish to congratulate you on your victory.
Commander, the Seven have truly favored us all. Heathens wither in the throes of death as we tread by them victoriously. Glory be unto the gods. No mortal can, of course, truly mimic their magnificence, but the harder we try, the more we may find favor in their stern, just eyes. I'm afraid what favor you have found does not quite live up to the expectations I had, but I'm contented in the knowledge that times of peace may just bring the faithful new challenges which we may overcome together. For peace, as you will be aware, so frightfully easily leads to vice. Besides, the Empire is but new. So many who stray have yet to be subjugated. Whatever your merits, Commander, much more can be done. Yes, indeed. After all, so say the hallowed 7 scriptures. The world shall never be perfect until all that stirs is bone.
Praise be, Commander. Rivellon has been saved, and her great green mother with her. Quite clearly, we have but one being to truly thank for this unexpected and inimitable feat, and that is you. Nevermore, I think, has the freedom you have granted us put a greater responsibility on our shoulders in turn, on each and every one of the civilized races. We must earn back the very rights to happiness your liberation entitles us to. I will remain a politician for certain, and I will continue to defend elven viewpoints valiantly. Always will they be relevant. Always will I hope you shall value them higher than you have before. Even the best is never good enough when perfection is your end goal. I foresee a bright future, Commander. Indeed I do. Yes, I may have to contend with dwarves and undead still, but that is no price to pay at all in return for the stability of peace. Thank you. May the spirits of nature guard your soul, and may their wisdom be your constant companion.
Commander, allow me to congratulate you. Not just from the bottom of my heart, but the deepest recess of my beer-soaked liver. More affectionately and sincerely, I cannot be. We've come a long way, and we've had our ups and downs. But today is not one of regret, of looking back in anger. No! A day like this? Ha! Such a day the world has never seen! You, Commander, no, Emperor, will be a monarch to remember. A man whose memory will wear out untold ages. Rivellon is yours, one fair and square. So treat her well, for a mighty fine realm she is. But come, let's have a drink, you and I. We've earned it both. Today, no politics. Today, no war. Today, we raise our glass to Rivellon and to the dragon who secured her freedom.
This moment has been so long in the making, Commander, that now the hour strikes, it seems almost unreal. And yet here we are. The war is over. We have won against unthinkable odds. Unlike some, I know full well what this victory means. How important it is to enact what you and Maxos set out to do. It's uncommonly brave to revert time, as it were, and undo the miracles of magic that brought us victory. Only a handful would understand how uncommonly wise this is as well. Such wisdom requires a lizard's mind, I do believe, abounding with primordial profundity, or at least a lizard's vision. You do possess both to a degree, though perhaps not as much as I had hoped. Still, I do not mean to put you on the spot, dear dragon. What you have accomplished outshines the political tribulations we had. And who is to say we shan't find you more accommodating in the future? We are but on the cusp of your illustrious career. Of that I am certain. For I am convinced that more than in the empire you won, your legacy will lie in the empire you will leave behind. It is my fondest desire it will be a realm in which all lizards will reside in freedom and happiness.
Ah, Commander. Everyone seems to be in a rather merry mood today, as if our final victory took them all by surprise. Oh, these short-sighted simpletons. Bless them, eh? As though any endeavor that has my backing is not bound to prevail. I'd oftentimes wonder why Maxos was in such awe of your inherent qualities, when in truth they do not consist of much more than a somewhat mediocre metamorphosis into a picture book monster equipped with a rather inflammatory form of respiration. As far as conquest is concerned, I'd have most assuredly done even better than you. Plus, I'd have been able to converse with people without them insisting I take a breath mint. Still, the one thing that really matters, the one thing that will be remembered is that the dragon came, saw, and conquered. And there's an end to it. But anyway, enough banter. A good sherry is what I need. They brought in some new casks only yesterday, I do believe. So I live in good hopes I may yet have a sip of sherry worthy of its name before this ship is decommissioned, and we with it.
Bulls, bulls, we've triumphed, Commander. After long last, we can say, game over, lads, the war is won. No cry rings quite so cheerily and chillingly in the ears of an old warhorse like me. Aye, for I may be a well-seasoned stallion, but I'll be damned if I'm ready to be put out to pasture. And how about you, then? Guess you've made your old man proud. His empire shattered like a stricken sheet of glass, but you've managed to puzzle it all back together. And a good job you did, too. Dragons, eh? They'll get the job done. Guess you've got a couple of 100 years ahead of you. Me, a couple of dozen with any luck. That's okay, though. I've pretty much accomplished what I wanted, and more. Perhaps a bit too much. Cost me an eye and an arm. Believe me, I've had enough of overlords, masters to be obeyed. I'll be my own man from here on out. A lone bounty hunter, perhaps. Yeah, that'd suit me just fine. Good then. That's settled. Now, let us drink. You didn't think I was gonna let you gallivant off without joining me in a toast, did you? Come on. Down the hatch. To us, Commander.
You did it, Commander! We won! Do you realize what this means? We can go home, live lives of peace! Oh, Lord, I'm gonna be bored all day, aren't I? Oh, but I guess I shouldn't be so selfish. So many people have looked forward to this moment. So many soldiers long to go back to their sweethearts. Let this be a day of love! And if soon I fancy a brawl, I'll trip an orc in a tavern and say the sight of his spotty green arse made my foot twitch. That should get the party started.
Well then, Commander. Looks like it's all over. What seemed impossible only a relatively short while ago has been made a reality. Maxos was right all along. You, the dragon, were destined to redeem the realm. I'm glad I followed his advice and followed you aboard the Raven. I don't suppose I'll see another war like this in my lifetime. But even though I'm a general at heart, I suppose that is not a bad thing. Soon we will all go our separate ways, of course. But today we celebrate. And you, who else, are our guest of honor. Bravo, Dragon. The world is yours.
Buggering, bonking blunderbusses, Commander. You've done it. Not that I ever quite doubted a fire-breathing beast, equipped with my nephew Grumio's jetpack, but by golly, you sure gave us a show. Imps and dragons. You know, sometimes we see eye to eye, sometimes we stamp each other's toes, and when we do, mine's smart a tad more. But that's okay. We're chums, you and I, aren't we? No doubt about it. Oh, lordy, lordy. What an occasion this is. I feel like I should say something profound, but such is not the way of imps. All I can say is this. Please, please, please don't listen to that old goat of a Maxos and destroy all this technology. By every god that never was, these trinkets, these gadgets, these machines, they're so much fun. But they will be destroyed, won't they? Blimey, Commander. If that's not like a pigeon pooping right on your birthday cake the very moment you're about to take a great big bite.
There we bally well have it, don't we, my lord? I can't believe it's over. Indeed, I don't. No more tinkering, no more hammering, no more engineering. Oh, what a sad, sad day. Bitter misery. Then again, the Raven stopped singing to me long ago. The things she taught me were more precious than anything that rigid old sorcerer could come up with. Time for Grumio to pack it in. Time for my poor cousin Trinculo too. We'll have to invent new wonders all over again. Yes, that'd be good fun actually. How about I join your court, my lord? Oh, the crafty contrivances I could fashion for you and your wife. Fountains that spout wine or beer on command. Fans that wave by themselves. You can kiss those smelly orc slaves goodbye. Oh, and carriages that stay cool inside even in the summer. Oh, we'll have us a blast, my lord.
It is impossible. Impossible that I have been beaten. I was so many, reduced to one. So much blood has been spilled, been lost. Not even Magia Sanguinis could tame your soul. For one such as you, I can but stand in awe. Eternities of torment would I have made you suffer. And yet, in the servant I had foreseen, I find my undoer. May Maxos end me swiftly, for such shame sears my soul.
You have spoken with your companions, Commander? Are you ready to set in motion the realm's new destiny? Very well, Commander. In this end, let us find myriad new beginnings. Now dawns an age of peace. Now breaks in golden light the Pax Draconis. And so it was that after long last, Sigurd's son, the prince they had called a bastard, became Emperor of Rivellon. Peace descended upon the battle-scarred realm, and each and every war machine was duly destroyed. No longer did demonic technology hold sway, and the world became one of harmony once more. Harmony between magic and nature. As for Maxos, grateful his friend had secured his father's legacy, he knew this would be the beginning of a new age. That of Dragon Knights.